Good morning, my friends. Today's project, we're going to take this countertop that I epoxied about 5-6 years ago with glitter to make it look like quartz. You can see it looks pretty nice considering the use we get out of it. And we're going to turn it into a marble looking countertop. I finished this last couple of days just to give you an idea what it's going to look like. I also did this little desktop here, and I have this freestanding cabinet to match that came out really, really nice. So I'm going to go step by step and show you how to do this. You could do it at home, spending $300-400. I have like 50 square feet of countertops. First thing we're going to do is we're going to sand this top to eliminate much of the gloss and the finish so the epoxy will adhere to it. So let's get going. I'm going to be using this power sander and this one here just to rough it up a little bit. Doesn't have to be very deep, just enough to scratch the surface for better bonding. Okay, you can see how much of the finish we took off. It's pretty dull now, which is exactly what you want. Now, the first thing we got to do after this is take a microfiber cloth, wet it down with a little bit of water, and wipe this down completely. Nice and easy. Go every few feet. Don't skip. You want to make sure the whole thing is clean, dust-free. I do this 2-3 times to make sure there's no dust so my paint would stick to it. Okay, now that I'm done cleaning, making sure it's dust-free, we're gonna apply two thin coats of undercoat epoxy. This is not just any paint. And make sure it says undercoat epoxy because the epoxy will stick to it. I don't need a tray or anything. I have a 6-inch roller that I use. Just pour some here and just roll it around back and forth. Again, very thin coats because the color that we want for our marble top is going to be a white with a grayish tone, grayish veins, what have you. So nice and easy. Dip into this and just go back and forth. Make sure it's very thin. Don't worry about it not covering on the first coat because when we apply the second coat, we'll make sure it's 100% covered. Also, between coat 1 and coat 2, we have to wait 1 hour before we apply the second coat. All right, we're done painting. Make sure you cover the walls. This way you don't want to destroy your tiles or whatever you have on the wall. Pay close attention to the edge. Make sure the edge is covered. There's some bleed through here and there, which is fine. That's why we need 2 coats. So give it about an hour. You could wait longer if you like, but minimum of 1 hour, and allow it to dry before applying the second coat. Also, it's a good idea to put your roller, brush, whatever you have, wrap it inside of a plastic bag and keep it tight so it doesn't dry up on you while you're waiting. All right, folks, I waited about an hour and a half and I applied a second thin coat of the epoxy paint. You can see how it covered everything 100%. There's no blemishes, there's no bleeding through. So now we have to wait a couple of hours or even more, but 2 hours minimum before we go ahead and apply the epoxy. So we'll come back and check that out when the time comes. All right, here's the fun part. We finished the paint, allowed it to dry. First thing you do is you need to tape all your cabinets. Make sure nothing leaks. You don't want to damage any of the cabinets. Also, we're adding this tape along the edge, as you can see. The reason for that is when we pour the epoxy, this is going to be a poured on epoxy, it would run. And if you don't have anything to hold it back until it sets, you wind up losing a lot of epoxy. We will lose some anyway, but we don't want to lose all of it all at once. And then after a while, when it sets, we will remove the tape and we'll allow it to drain down the sides so these sides get filled in. So what we're going to do is mix part A, which is the resin, and part B, which is the hardener. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. Make sure you have measuring buckets and additional buckets for mixing. Then I'm going to add a white resin paint into the epoxy to give it the white look. And then I'm going to mix a separate silver gray powder, micro powder, into a different cup and mix it together to create the marble look. So let's get started. Okay, this is the resin. You can see it's very thick stuff. This is really good stuff from a company called Stone Coat Countertop Epoxy. Squeeze everything you have in there out. It's very, very thick, which is a good product. The cheaper products are almost liquid-like and they would run. So we're gonna put, again, equal parts. The stuff I had in here is almost the same amount that's in the hardener. Now we're going to go ahead and mix the hardener with it. Hardener is not quite as thick, still pretty thick. So we have approximately 40 ounces of each. That's 80 ounces. This countertop usually takes, because we're going to pour this stuff on, will take approximately 10 ounces per square foot. The reason being is because we're going to pour it on and not trowel it on. Now I'm going to add some of this white paint that I was telling you about, resin paint. You don't need much of this stuff. Really just a few drops. And that would turn our clear epoxy, you can see right here, that's all we need. That's going to turn our epoxy into a white color. We're going to go ahead and mix this with a power mixer for about 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put some of the micro powder in here. You don't need much. It's a gray, silver gray, maybe half a teaspoonful. Now I'm going to add some of the white epoxy mix on top of it. Okay, and don't worry about this dripping because we're going to just add it on. Then I'm going to go ahead and mix the gray micro powder to give me that gray color that I need for my veins and my marbleized effect. See this? Stir this. You could do this by hand. You don't need the power mixer for this. It turns into like a medium gray, like a pewter color. Now if you think you need more, or you like it darker, it's not a problem. Just add a little bit more of the powder. Okay. All right, do the sides, make sure you get the sides. This way you're not leaving any powder chunks in there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use these buckets. We're going to add some of this white into all these buckets. It doesn't have to be exact amount. It just pour maybe, 20 ounces in each one, give or take. And now, this is the trick of the whole game. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take the gray that we mixed here, we're just gonna randomly pour it in there, not much of it, in each one of these buckets. And we're not gonna stir or mix this stuff. Just gonna pour it on top of the white. Okay. Now we're gonna go over it and add more of the white epoxy on top. Just pour it right over it. And you can see it's gonna cover it. We're gonna do a couple of these mixes so we can get the effect that we want. I'll take a little more white here. And basically the white, again, covers all the gray. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add a little more gray on top of this. Just pour it in there randomly. Now I'm going to go ahead and top it one more time with the white. Now you get the stick here. We don't want to waste any of this stuff, guys. So scrape down the sides. Okay. Pour it all out. All right. Now I'm going to put these buckets on the side, because we're going to go ahead and pour them out one by one. So, if you look inside, you'll see the mixture. It's white and mixed with gray. We're not going to stir it. And what we're going to do, because this is a long counter, I'm going to start like here and go pour it on and go diagonal in any shape you like. There is no set way to do this. Just go back and forth. You can see how it looks marbleized here. I'm going to grab another one. This one has a little bit of a darker line. And that's what we want. That's the effect we want. We want the dark and the light, so it mimics the natural stone. More. We're going to go in between and fill some of those areas we left out. Now keep in mind that this thing is self-leveling, so even though you see a lot of gaps in there, they will start to spread out and fill in everything that you see here that's not filled in. Just give it a little time and it will spread out. I'm going to mix some more materials and continue doing this process until we get it all filled in. Okay, we're going to continue to pour this material here, fill out the spots that still don't have any epoxy in there. Again,
You gotta go nice and easy now, not too hard, because we don't want it to flow too far over the edge. Okay, now that we filled up all the gaps and holes and allow it to flow to its natural look, guys, go around and double check, make sure, especially along the edge where the tile is, that you're completely covered around the sink. Looks really, really nice. Now you can see here the tape, this tape right here. In a little while, when this thing sets, we're gonna pull the tape down and allow it to flow down the edge. And a good way of testing it is you pull this down and you see how it runs. If it starts to run pretty fast, that means it needs more set time. So don't be in a rush. Give it about an hour. I would say between an hour. You see how it's running here? We don't want that leak. Now you could see how it's dripping and it's starting to settle. Take a stick or something like this and wipe this off after a while when it dries, so you don't have to worry about scraping it later. You see all the extra material drip right off. You have to do this a couple of times. Usually I do it now, then I wait maybe another hour until it gets a little more stiff. And then I go ahead and I just run this across so I don't have to deal with it later.
All right, it's now 12 hours later. We removed all the coverings, the paper on the floor, on the cabinets. Let's take a look to see how everything settled down. Came out really, really nice. I'm very happy with it. See around the sink, here inside this cubby hole here. Here, then we have this little side cabinet here, and we also have the desk over here that we completed. So please drop me a comment or two and let me know what do you think of this job and how it turned out to be. Thank you for watching.